Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. He did it. It was him. He's the murderer. Hasunaga. Of course. My name is Satoru Hasunaga. I am the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Oh dear, he's coughing up blood. Wait, dude, are you okay? Are you all right? You doing okay there, buddy? You seem to be coughing up some I hope it's just ketchup. It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. It bothers me. Dude, get that checked out. Well, it really should. As everyone knows, the capital southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now for hotels to accommodate overseas guests. The grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants in Occidental Eatery 3 days ago. Understood. Hasunaga-san, you'll kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from an aspiring lawyer boy, please. Perspiring maybe, but aspiring? I don't know about that one. It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few dinners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. Okay, that fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Hardly anybody else. Ahem. It was when I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. Found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. He barely touched the steak, and standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Yes! Yes, that is true. Hold on. Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. Objection! I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But... The next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defended Naruhodo. Penalized? Don't worry, Ryunnosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. If I may confirm one point later. Standing beside the victim, with a gun in his hand, was the same man we see here in the court today. It was him? Yes, without question. I see. Open and closed case, Your Honor. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? He must think he got this case in the bag. No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait. What did he say? What did he just say? Wait a minute. Wait, what? There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Ryunnosuke? That's just not right. In fact, it's wrong. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed? I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Wait and see. I think I have to let him finish. and then I stop him? I'ma wait. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject. I have to let it play out, and then I cross-examine him. I think I've played these games before. You gotta wait, and then you cross-examine. I never played this game, but I've played other Phoenix Wright games. Ryunnosuke. If your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? I suppose I am. I'd never get into Yume University otherwise. But you can't just always follow the rules in life, you know. If you don't say what you want to right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. Huh? Oh, I have to cut him off now? Alright, you've scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just going to shut my eyes and say it.
Yes!
Oh, so... Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. That's weird. I was thinking to myself like, oh, I'm not supposed to say anything now. I have to let him finish what he was saying, and then I get a chance to cross-examine the witness. That's what I was thinking. But I guess I have to say something now. Anyway, whatever. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. He was not. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at some table.
Objection!
Dear me. What are we gonna do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused is a mere student is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw. Hasunaga-san, is there any chance you've mistaken perhaps your memory of events is hazy? Yeah, clean your glasses, buddy. No. You liar! Clean your glasses! There was somebody else there, probably. I don't know. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. You lying, you liar. I don't believe it. Do I have evidence that suggests otherwise? Ahem. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like. Let me see. A sketch of the established man's layout drawn by yourself, I assume. I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it's not that he's lying, but maybe from the angle that he was at, maybe he didn't see the lady. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be so quick to call him a liar. But he could be a liar. Who knows? Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. He's coughing up blood. I mean, that seems like a problem, but... Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as the evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. And if I get found guilty, I'm gonna shake him with my hands. Waiter's business card. The head waiter's oh my goodness, he's calling out. Okay. Waiter's I'm trying to read. Wait, dude, stop. Oh goodness. It's just gonna keep looping. Okay. Waiter's business card. Oh, waiter's business card. The head waiter's business card. Sketch of the layout is on the back. Okay, whatever. You're making me want to cough. So the court has now heard a precis of the case. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. That's not true. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. No, there's some gray. There is some gray. There's a gray area, and we're going to discuss that gray area and prove that I am innocent. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency? If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully on you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I can't say. Inevitable punishment. Okay, I can say that word. I can't. Really. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm gonna be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared for what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just gonna abandon that duty? Are you gonna give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunnosuke. Kazuma. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. I love him. I love him so much. That is a real friend. I love him. He's great. He has my back. I'm all like, oh, maybe I should give up. I'm scared. Kazuma's like, no, you are not guilty. He about to fight the judge. He about to jump over there and beat the crap out of the lawyer on the other side. What do you call it? The prosecution? He's about to mess him up. We invite the prosecution and the witness too. He's about to mess everybody up. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out his witnesses. Bring them out. Then we'll see just how decisive the evidence really is. Oh, he's doing the point. Yeah. Indeed. Prosecutor Aoichi, please continue with proceedings. Tisk. Well, you were warned. The young and me were so reckless they are. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. Wink, wink. Stop. Ugh. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls his next witnesses. Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once. Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for your court. Yes, sir! The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Iyesa Nosa reporting for duty, sir! Myself, I find employed as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efferences of our nation Nippon, and conduct my trade from Rasote, a humble premises in the 2nd District. Kyorio Kore Kuta at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier? What an unusual pairing. Wait, so like, are they gonna like do their thing together? Like are they gonna what do you call it? Like, I thought that they would go one at a time, but like, are they gonna do their, what do you call it, a testimony? I forgot what you call it, but are they gonna do their thing together? Is that how that's gonna work? Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must be the diners at the other table, the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon. And not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearms, sir. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during the last thing he said. Yeah, was that a baby? Like, I thought it was my imagination. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening? The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes? Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Dude, have you not seen me sweating over here and panicking? My eyes are just going every which way. I was uncomfortable from the moment I walked in. Now the court will hear. Actually, I was uncomfortable from before I walked in. Anyways, now the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by. It sounds like a bit. You know, now that I'm staring at him, he's wearing like a thing. Is he gonna turn around and there's gonna be a baby on his back? Cause, whatever. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir. Yeah, there's something attached to his back. It's probably a baby. Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. Come on now, they get to do this together. That's not fair what the witnesses saw. Aren't we supposed to... Come on, man. Shouldn't it be like one witness at a time? This don't seem right. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. From the back? But the shot was from the front, right? Is he saying that I shot him in the back? But, is that the contradiction already? I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. From the back? That's not... Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. No, he did not. He's lying. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. Oh no, he has a knife. What time do we live? Okay, so is this okay for him to have that knife? You know what? It probably is okay for him to have that knife because my what's the dude? My assistant. He's walking around like a giant sword. So you know what? If he can walk around with like a samurai sword, then why can't this man walk around with a knife? I guess. I guess as long as he don't hurt anybody with it. I guess. Whatever. What time do we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad of daylight? Yeah. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunnosuke? Yes! All I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor, which was very stupid. Who just picks up a gun? Who? Oh my goodness, he was not thinking. After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought, a gun, and picked it up. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. Oh, that's why he picked it up. Okay. Like, oh, you forgot your gun. Okay. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang. Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two testimonies, witness testimonies, there's a clue to who that criminal was. There is? Whoa, put your sword away, dude. Ryunnosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now! Do it! Do it! As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. No, I want to cross-examine. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Dude, let me cross-examine. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. No, what the heck, man? He raising his hand. I love him. I love him so much. I love Ryunnosuke. What in the name of the emperor is? What in the name of the emperor is the meaning of this outburst? Like, you're about to say I'm guilty. Like, dude, give me a chance to defend myself. Dang. The defense demands his right to a cross-examination. What, are y'all shocked? Dear me. Dear me. Let me guess. The Hashimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. He did, but even so, I'm gonna cross-examine because I already know what it is. He said from the back. The autopsy, not the autopsy. What's the autopsy? Whatever it was. He was shot from the front though. Huh? How did he know? The prosecution objects. It's a clear waste of time. You're a waste of time, you jerk. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? So you're just not gonna let me defend myself? What kind of nonsense? I got the right to cross-examine. Thank you, Kazuma. The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it, it is irrelevant. It's his right. Look. Yeah, you gulp. Kazuma is so commanding. Yes. Kazuma's alright with me. Very well. Let the defense conduct the cross-examination of the witnesses. I really like Kazuma. He's great. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunnosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' testimonies, statements. Ow! You didn't fire the gun, which means that what that soldier said has to be a lie. Duh. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right. Evidence. Right. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunnosuke! Don't let him beat you! Do it! Do it now! He slapped his hands down too. He's so unsure of himself. Alright then, it's all or nothing. He's so unsure of himself. He's like, he's creator level.